Probably the most important factor that's at work in the Asia-Pacific region is the emergence of China as a major power, not just in the economic area, but also in the military area, also in its political relationships across the region. And next to that, the United States position, which in many ways is kind of relatively in decline in the Asia-Pacific. And the implications of these two factors are really what create a whole series of opportunities and some risks in the Asia-Pacific. The major risks are that China's rise, emergence, and its power and capabilities and its policies will create, in conjunction with the United States position, which has been the dominant military and political economic power, at least in maritime Asia, that those two things will create a growing security competition between the US and China. That the two militaries will become increasingly interactive in their competition, that it will increase the likelihood of confrontation or crises over a variety of issues in the region that have continued for a long time, some of them holding over from the Cold War era, and that managing this security competition is really the primary challenge of all the countries in the region, but particularly the United States. Trends are not just by definition either positive or negative. They can run in different directions. But one major factor is the growing economic integration in the region and China's role within it. And there you have the potential for both positive sum outcomes with growth for all and greater degrees, higher standards of living, et cetera, but you also have the possibility that this could translate into, in some cases, exclusionary relationships of a multilateral nature that could serve to undermine or limit American influence in the region over time. The United States needs to engage internally through an interagency process, and then also with its partners and allies with a very systematic assessment of the long-term future of the region, different types of outcomes that could emerge over time as a result of economic and other factors, and then assess on that basis exactly what are primary, secondary, and tertiary interests of the United States over the long term in the region, and what are the best means for defending and advancing those interests. So that kind of an analysis is really the first and most important thing that we think the United States needs to undertake. It hasn't really been done in the thorough and long-term way in which we discuss it in this report. Secondly, I think there has to be some discussion with US allies and then ultimately with the Chinese about the region and the long-term future of the region and how the respective strategies of the United States and China and US allies might need to be modified or adapted rather to deal with this changing situation.